Hi everyone. Okay, it's about 9 o'clock in the morning. Well, I started out my journey from the Albergue, which I don't remember the name right now, but because this Albergue was so special, I'd like to say something more about the albergues you're gonna have on your way. Basically, Albergue is a cheap hostel where you can just come in and sleep. There are no any luxuries, you can say, in there. It's just shower. Sometimes there is a washing machine and drying machine. There's sometimes a bar inside, so you can order a dinner or breakfast. Well, it's not always. For example, the one I've just been there. Funny. So there was a breakfast, 7 o'clock in the evening. Sorry, dinner 7 o'clock in the evening, but there was no power. The guy, he said he's turning on electricity just for 1 hour to make our dinner, so we can sit in the light because it's quite dark at 7 now. So if you need to charge anything, or you can just do this in 1 hour. There was no network. There was no mobile signal. So I turned on my mobile phone and I didn't have any signal, any bars. But I arrived there about 2 o'clock in the evening, just before 2, and I thought I'm gonna go further because it's so early during the day. Normally I finish before 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock, something like that. So I thought I'm gonna rest for a few minutes and then walk more, because I had a plan to go another 5 kilometers, which gives in total about 30. But so I sit down, I took off my shoes so to dry out my feet. I eat something, and then this albergue was very I still can't remember the name, how you can call it, how you can describe it. It's very, very quiet. It's just off the road, in the middle of nowhere. Like you can see, nothing around me, no cities or anything. It's just 5 kilometers walk, like you just seen. Then you have this one little house, and then another 5 kilometers. So not much. You don't have any shops in here or nothing like that. But I sit down there. So there's a house, big trees, like, I don't know, 20, 30 trees in the front. You can say in the front of in a garden. There's some grass around the house, and there was loads of trees, some benches so you can sit down, and then just fields around the house. So, and there was a little basin so you can put your feet on into cold water. But it was so relaxing when you just sit down. You hear those sounds from the trees. You hear the sound of the water. I thought after half an hour sitting there, I thought, yeah, I'm gonna stay there. I'm gonna chill out. I'm gonna forget about this race. I'm gonna just rest, basically. Just gonna rest. It was very small albergue, so there was like 12 beds only. Normally you've got about from 30 to 150, like in the Burgos I had. Massive albergue. So there was 12 people. Everyone was very friendly. Everyone was very happy. So no problems with that. But yeah, about the albergues. So like I said, you've got every few kilometers you've got a little hostel for pilgrims where so the prices are from donation, which means sometimes you don't have to pay anything. Well, don't have to, you should pay, but there's no one watching you. There's just a little box, you put money there and that's it. So by donation means whatever we're gonna leave, the next pilgrims, so next day pilgrims, they're gonna have a breakfast from it or dinner from it. If there's not enough, tough. So it's good when you arrive to have something warm to eat. So why not leave something for the others? So it starts from donation. Then you've got albergues for €5, some for 10, but prices are between 5 and 10 normally, and that's not including the dinner or breakfast. So normally by donation they normally include the dinner, but the other ones that's just the price for the sleeping, for the bed. So normally you've got a shower and sometimes washing machine. If not, you need to wash your hands. Right, things like kitchen and food basically in the albergues. So most of the time you've got available kitchen with some utensils and well, anything you need from the hardware side. You need to have your ingredients. Yeah, the kitchen is normally not so big, so you need to share it with others. But it's good if you know how to cook the basic food. There will be no problem. If you want to order food, it costs between 9 and 12 pilgrims menu. That's how they call it. So that's normally from the 3 dishes. Like first is salads or pasta with tomato sauce. Mainly, I don't remember the others. And the second dish is normally meat and some potatoes and something to drink, like sometimes wine. Normally wine and water. That's standard. You can order beer, tea or coffee. And the third dish is just a dessert, which sometimes is the yogurt, sometimes is the ice cream, sometimes it's just the fruit. But it's good to have sometimes something warm to eat. So if you don't prepare it yourself, it's good to buy it. It's not too expensive in overall. The same you can buy in any restaurant. Well, most of the restaurants, they serve the pilgrim's menu. You've got much more options. I just named like very little because I don't remember right now. We normally prepare food ourselves, but yeah, I think from now on I will have to buy food. Okay, so that's about food. I said about washing machines and drying. Sometimes there's a drying machine, but sometimes you're just gonna have to hang it outside and it will dry out during the day, your clothes. The opening times is from evening, sometimes 12, sometimes 2, and it closes about 10 p.m. So from 10 p.m. all the lights are gone. You cannot come in. You can, even if you go out, you already booked in a albergue. You're gonna go out to the city. You're coming back after 10. It's closed. No one's gonna open to you unless you're gonna wake up everyone. But normally it's closed until 6 o'clock in the morning. Lights are on, and by 8 a.m. you need to leave. So they can clean it for the next people coming in the evening. You've got a few types of albergues. You've got municipal, which are the I would say main ones. Then you've got the private ones and any other you can read in a book if you've got one, or you can read on the internet. I don't remember types, but that's the two main I know already. I normally stay in the municipal. They're the cheapest ones. Yeah, that's what everyone looking for, the cheapest ones. Yeah, I think that's about the albergues. Because the beds, well, you can sleep normally when you buy a bed, a cheap one. You sleep in a big room with other people, so like, don't know, 12 beds in one room or 30 beds in one room. So or you can order the private room sometimes, which is much more expensive, like 3 or 4 times the price or even more. I never ordered that yet, we will see later. The biggest disadvantage is, well, are two actually. The shared bathroom, because sometimes you need to wait hours for to take a shower, but I mean hours when it's just one bathroom, but normally there's many. And the other disadvantage is snoring at night. Some people snore very, very loud, so it's good to have something to your ears to stop the sounds, so you will sleep. Today morning I spoke to one lady, I think her name was Adeline, I don't remember, it was a very nice name. She told me that she had a very difficult night in the Burgos Albergue, where there was like 30 people in the room, and it was very new, very nice albergue, but there was movement sensors, and each time someone like walked the toilet, the lights were on, they turned on, and she was waking up like every 2 hours because of the lights. But that's like separate person. I mean, individual problem. I don't have problems with lights on. I just sleep, but snoring sometimes wakes me up. Yeah. Well, if you've got any questions, I'm happy to answer.